My name is Aweart Andrews. I'm an ex-soldier. I joined the Army on the 6th of June 1976. After basic recruit training, I was sent to my unit, which was Jaguar Battalion. We were stationed at the time on the Linden-Sussex Highway. I moved through the ranks from a recruit, private soldier, lance corporal, corporal, and ended up as a sergeant before I retired. I joined the Army when I was about 22 years old. However, I had a very exciting stay in the Army. I did all my required courses, and at the end, I must say that my stint in the Army, in fact, I spent roughly 25 years in the Army. And I just always tell people, if I had the opportunity of returning to the Army as a youngster, I would have entered there much more earlier, as I said before. And I encourage all young people who would like to be of service to the country. And we must be able to give back to the country of our birth in some form or fashion. So I think I did my bit. I was born on the 14th of April 1953 to Doreen Andrews, a single parent. My early education was done in East Country, Berbice, a place by the name of Palmyra. My school days were spent at Chikanka Anglican School, where I completed that bit of education there. After joining the Army, I was privileged of being sent to the New Amsterdam Technical Institute, where I did plumbing. I finished that course. I was given a distinction. Well, my childhood was very active. I got into a few scrapes, as most children would. A little fight here, a little fight there. A little boss head there, a little boss head there. No. But otherwise to that, living in the countryside, you know, the adventures that you experience, things like fishing, crab season, there's where we used to live in Palmyra. On the eastern side of the main road, it's a cane field. And those cane fields, as time goes by, they would abandon them, flood them. And when the water is released, it's a lot of what we call bush fish, pato, huri, yarrow, sunfish. So that was a time that we would enjoy, because we go and we catch fish. Crab season, we go in the crab bush, we catch little crab, we cook up. A lot of bush cooks used to happen. Cricket was one of my sports that I used to like as a youth. In the village, we used to have our little games of cricket, softball. It was very exciting and rewarding because you got. And the village that I grew up in and used to live in, Palmyra, it's a village that has only 4 black people at a time. 4 Negroes, family. 2, one was a single man, and the other was a single lady. And the next one was just at the head of the village. The village was about a 1 mile stretch of road, where, as I said before, houses on one side. That is the east, the western side of the road, because on the east is the cane field. So that is basically it. It was a very exciting life. Most of my friends, as you may imagine, were Indians, East Indians. And during all the ups and downs of this country with the racial violence and all sort of things, we were never part of it. country life is like any elderly person's auntie and uncle, right? So that respect you had for people, so you never used to get into big people's story. And one of the things that my mother used to say is that when big people got a problem, children keep clean out. Because if you root up an elder person, your behind will feel a squeeze. Some good lashes you'll get. Fortunately, I was married twice. I married whilst after joining the army. That union brought forth 4 kids. And unfortunately, they ended in a divorce. Then I got married a second time, and there were 2 kids from that marriage. So now I have my father about 6 children, legally. Being that I used to live in Berbice, and GDF headquarters is in Georgetown, as I said before, my army career was mostly spent on the highway. It means that when you leave work on Monday, sometimes you don't see home back until after pay, after you get your month's salary. Because although there was transportation provided to pick you up from your army base and take you to New Amsterdam and beyond New Amsterdam, because there are people who were from places like Irish, Norney, Kildonan. You know the army is length and breadth of Guyana, people from all over. So, although that was so, you used to try to not to travel more often, because it was very stressful, the length of the journey. So I used to go home once a month, sometimes twice, and that's it. And that is one of the reasons why I think my divorce had to come into play, because in retrospect, I think that the wife was thinking that, in fact, people used to give her a lot of false information. They see me here, they see me there, and which wasn't true. But when ladies get an idea in the head, you gotta get a tornado to shake it out. My retirement, I was taken off the regular force today, and tomorrow I was attached to 4 Engineers Battalion. Because one of the things that I did before I retired was to attend the Government Technical Institute, where I did building and civil engineering. So I took that skill across to engineers, and there's where I spent my final days in the 4 Engineers Battalion. The Army offers you a lot of excitement, You get to see the length and breadth of your country. I was stationed, as I said before, firstly on the highway. We moved from the highway and we went into Palmyra, Camp Stevenson, and I had a stint in Esquibo. And you move around, and there are army bases like Cameron, Kaikan, Region 1. So you get to see these places that otherwise you would have just heard about. So you go and you spend a bush stay, 3 months or so, and you get to meet the people in the community. So you get to open your horizon on how people live. If the opportunity should be given to me to reduce my age or reverse my age. She's back in the army, but at a more young age, because I missed out on a lot. I wanted to get into the army since I was about 19, 20, but I found it difficult. Perhaps because, you know, I hadn't no one to introduce me to people at the army. So I tried all other means, but on the 6th of June 1976 is when I was accepted and shipped off to Tacoma to do my basic recruit training. As I said before, I should have been there since I was 17 plus 18. I might have been able to have a little bit more rank and a little bit more exposure. But 25 years is a fairly okay period. When my retirement was published, I think I was 41. But as I said before, I did not come out of the army in total. I joined the People's Militia after today and tomorrow. You have to be dedicated to the army in order to really enjoy it. It's a tough taskmaster. And like in everything else, I can't speak for outside, in Guyana, you find yourself in an environment where whether you're liked or beloved plays a very important role in your advancement. You can't be too docile, you can't be too aggressive, but you have to find a middle ground, right? To cope with the different personalities that you'll be engaging. Because you got to remember that in the army, it's people from all stratas of society. From those who were educated, who did the CXC and what, to those who, like me, and others who may not have had that opportunity. Most of the people here, although we might come from different branches of service in the army, or in the military, because the military comprises of national service, police, prisons, you know, the whole shebang. And the experience that I garnered from serving in the army put me in good stead to live in this environment. Because the first thing is respect for authority. Once you lose respect for authority, you will always find yourself in a problem. As I've said, there's the right way and the wrong way of doing the wrong things. So if you do the wrong things the wrong way, you got to abide by the consequences. I'm no angel, I'm no pie, but I survive.